Man, I am enjoying this drama more and more each episode I watch. I just love how the story is told. I love how the actors and actresses are portraying their characters. This is such a beautiful drama in my opinion. But anyway, so at the beginning of the episode, we got Jae-won and Uno in bed. They're just enjoying each other's company. Jae-won talks about how much he likes Sona as a person, her style, her personality, and then we see Sona's reaction, and of course we know the backstory. Um, so pretty much the beginning of the episode is just a cute scene between a couple, them going outside in the rain, dancing, acting crazy, and all of that. And then out of nowhere, Jae-won proposed to Sona. And I'm like, whoa, that's quick. Because Jae-won took 1 month off from work just for his vacation. And he said, if I took one more off, would you marry me? And again, I was like, whoa, already? Like, they've only known each other for like 1 month and kind of quick, don't you think? And that took Sona by surprise. And I kind of thought she was going to play it off, but she kind of just continued it. I'm like, oh, okay, this is going to get a little bit interesting. And then Sona was like, is that your proposal? And Jae-won was like, huh? Because Sona actually has a fantasy of being proposed by a payphone, which took everyone else by surprise. Everyone was like, wait, hold up, payphones still exist? Oh, that's cringy. And to me, I'm like, yeah, payphones still exist? Like, I kind of thought they were all taken down, but evidently they still exist. But anyway, so Jae-won is at the payphone with his guitar, he's playing a song, and that was Sona's fantasy of being proposed, which was pretty beautiful in my opinion. I felt like, well, using a payphone, in my opinion, it definitely brings that old style, but like something old can still be beautiful, in a way. So, I mean, think about it. If he used a cell phone, a smartphone, it wouldn't be as more elegant and beautiful as if he used a payphone. It's just something about a payphone that, well, screams retro, but also screams out old school romance. So as Jae-won was playing the guitar on the phone, I couldn't help but think, man, this guy's pouring out his heart. He loves her. He's fulfilling her proposing fantasy. And for Sona, she's in the middle of a lie. And I'm not saying that her feelings for him was fake. I do believe that her feelings for him was real, but just knowing how things ended up, you just feel bad for them, especially for Jae-won. So in the end, they did get married, which was pretty interesting to me because I've never seen two people get married like that, just in front of a camera and just say what you have to say on camera. And they made a promise not to take off the rings, which Jae-won, he still has his on, which was pretty interesting. But for Sona, well, Uno at this point, she took hers off and she threw it away, which was pretty interesting from Jae-won. It was like, well, excuse me, why didn't you just give it back if you were just going to take it off and break the relationship? And then Uno was like, what? And then you're going to give it to another person? And then Jae-won was like, you think I'm a cheapskate? Which was, I just love that back and forth kind of thing, I love that. So everyone's point of view towards this was, so why do all this just so she can dump him in the ending? So everyone was definitely siding on Jae-won on this one. But for Kanggun, well, since he's a writer, he does have a lot of imagination. So he was like, well, maybe he wasn't the one that she was after. Maybe she was after something more valuable, like something tangible, like a golden something. And then another back and forth between Kanggun and Jae-won. I want these two to meet in real life because Jae-won right now, he hates him because of his response. So I am waiting for the episode that these two meet, and probably they're gonna argue, talk about relationships, but then I think eventually they're gonna be friends. What's also funny was when Kyung-joon came into Jae-won's interview, which was pretty hilarious. Like, Jae-won, he was like, I had to go back early because Kyungjun was not doing his job properly. And then Kyungjun came into his interview and then they just argue pretty much. It was pretty hilarious. Stuff like that is so entertaining, and it's just how they portray everything. It just makes me love this drama even more. I love it. Anyway, so Uno and Jae Won, they're driving, they're just remembering their past, and then at a red light, their cars are right next to each other, which was pretty interesting. And I kind of thought that both of them were gonna see each other and just act surprised, but only Uno saw him, and then she was trying to hide, but then also peek to make sure it is him, and it is, and she was still hiding. And then eventually they pretty much drove away. So the ending scene, the last question was, why did she dump him? And she has many reasons. One of the reasons she talked about was, remember when Jae Won said he likes everything about Sona, her style, her personality? And Sona asked, well, what if the Sona is a different person? The way she acts, the way she dresses. And his answer was, well, that's not Sona. And that was definitely one of the reasons why she broke up with him. And as she was trying to give her second reason, Jae Won said, I know where she's at and I know what she's doing. And that was the end of the episode. So it looks like he knew all along pretty much where she was at and what she was doing. Because it's pretty obvious that he's still in love with her. Matter of fact, it's obvious that they're both still in love with each other. They're trying their best to forget each other, but they still love each other. Now, I don't know towards the end of this drama, they're going to be together, because this series is intended to have multiple seasons, so the writers and the producers can keep them apart. I mean, they can have them interact like through the interview like they've done before, and they can have them see each other face to face, but still keep them apart. So who knows? I kind of want them together because their story is pretty interesting, and I think their story is the main story throughout this entire series. So yeah, that's pretty much the episode. Man, I am enjoying this drama so much. Like, I am so invested. Like, I was already invested after episode 1. And I really do want Uno and Jae Won to be together. But if their intention was to keep them apart and have them together in probably season 3 or whatever, hey, I'm for it, just as long as they can tell the story such a beautiful way. And they've been doing it already. So anyway, if you guys like my review, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. See ya.